Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for Al Ittihad versus Al Fateh. Let's get into this one. Let's go. All right. So at this point, Al Fateh have more than enough men to deal with whatever this is. Yeah, I know there's a good number of them that are behind the ball. That's almost like the whole team. That's not sorry, not the whole team, but it's weird. I don't know if it's this score is scored off a count or something. But anyway, let's get into it. I mean, sorry, there's a 2-on-2 situation here, and then let's see how they deal with it. At this point, everything is okay because what they're doing is that they're pushing them towards the out, they're directing them away from goal. But let's continue it and see what ends up happening. And that's where everything goes wrong. That's the deciding factor. All right, I've scrolled back a little too hard. All right, so he's tracking back, he's tracking back, he's tracking back. Now there, he tries to commit, and that's really clever because just he shakes his body, he makes a certain movement, and then he tricks the defender. But at that point, he shouldn't. I know he's close to the goal, but at that point, using your leg, not really. I'd rather you try and shrug him off using your shoulder because when you stick your leg out, it's very easy to get past you. But when you're committed and then you go shoulder to shoulder, it's much more harder for the person to go through. Gets past him, one-on-one with the keeper. I do feel the keeper could have gotten this, but yeah, I even heard the commentator say he went down a bit too quickly. But let's just play that back again because at this point, everything was okay. Look at the defender here. Yeah, this is where everything went wrong. See, he anticipated a shot, so he lunged, and then by the time he's lunging down, he tried to do that little flick. So the anticipation was the problem. And at that point, he should have just let him take the shot. I mean, the angle did favor the goalkeeper. Gets past him. Yeah, keeper could have done better, but these things happen, and the player was not supposed to do that. All right, next goal. Um, all right, so it's already looking like one of those bundles. Anyway, let me not yap too much. All right, so he has the ball. People are approaching him. At this point, everything seems to be okay. As long as someone gets the ball, it's all right. And what I do like is approaching the ball, not just, waiting and waiting. He does get a touch, but unfortunately, it bumps off him. And we'll give him credit for, for taking that initiative to try and put a tackle in. Unfortunately, these little deflections cannot be pretty and cannot always be favoring you. Gets past him, right? And then he continues the ball. Fabinho again. What I do like is the consistency. He went in, he got, he got something on it, but the person went past him. He also gets something on it, and then it doesn't really go too well for him. And then now he turns back, and at this point, everyone's focus is here. People would say he's but not really. Up until the ball reaches him, and there's enough time for people to react. Yeah, that's actually pretty well. He does pretty well because he gets past the first few challenges, and then he's able to pick out a pass. Number 42 does well to engage, but I do feel it does take his time. And then, okay, he's doing well. He's doing well. And then now, another thing I'd like to keep note of, because I do forget sometimes how the goals were scored, but this one I've just remembered. Number 6 and him. Do you see the distance? This is proper marking at this point, right? And then so, what happens? This player gets dragged down the line, which is no problem. And now look at number 6 and then the player he's marking. This is too much of a gap. It really is. This is too much. When they were here, it was good enough because it was really close on him, but this is too much space. And you say, no, he's in contact with him, but trust me, all you need is a yard. That's all you need. Because look, as the ball gets played in, number 2 should really be looking to block off that passing lane or the cutting lane. Because I don't know what it is, and he gets the goal. Yeah, let's just bring it back a bit. And then let's focus a bit on number 6. At here, he gets contact, right? But then number 2, immediately his friend gets beaten. He should be running towards the ball. He recognizes that his friend gets beaten. He should be running towards that ball. Whether he gets something on it or not, what matters is that he cuts down that angle and forces, maybe a block or something, but he doesn't. He actually gives him the angle. He keeps on moving back. And remember when I said that was a bit too much distance? You see, this is too much. He uses his shoulder to give him just enough space to take the shot, and nothing much the goalkeeper could do. Let's say from this angle, number 42 here, you could see he did his best because he drags him down the line. Number 2, I do feel he could have cut out this lane. He really could have. Unfortunately, he doesn't, and the player gets his goal. Okay, let's head on to the next goal of the match. Somewhere here. Bagwan is really cooking in Saudi. All right, so once again, everything is all right. Because let's see. We got 2, 3, and then yeah, they're behind, but you know, there's still someone here. Let me draw this properly. So you have boom, 2-on-1, and he's alone. Everything here is okay because this should not lead to a goal. They have more than enough men. They really do. But I don't know how they keep. I don't know how this keeps happening. He passes it to Diaby, and then look at that. You see? Do you see that? Look at from the time the boys played. Look at him, and then look at how long it takes him to get to Diaby. Hopefully, it doesn't move out of frame. By the frame, I mean this yellow one. He starts walking. He should be sprinting. Whether Diaby gets past him or something, but you should not be giving someone this much space to do anything. And ah, yeesh, I would be so frustrated as a coach because look at where he is. Look at the distance between him and Diaby before the cross is taken. Let's play it some more. Now look at the distance. Look at the distance between him and when Diaby he's somehow gotten further away from. Yes. He should. Yeesh. He should have been much more closer. Why did you give him all that space? Yes, I do realize that maybe he assumes that there's more than one person helping him in the box because they really shouldn't consider goal. But the funniest thing happens. The defender tries to be a little extravagant, and this angle doesn't really show the deflection. It really doesn't, but you'll see it in the next one. Yes, this is he. The fact that he doesn't even try to be in front of him, he said he goes to the side. That's the most frustrating thing. He allows him to take a cross. And now this is the look at that. His deflection leads it to the player here. And he scores. He takes the invitation. And funny enough, I don't think if he does do that bicycle kick, I don't think the goal gets scored. So just trying to do way too much. But I do blame the defender for not blocking out Diaby. The reason why you always put pressure on someone is that you don't want to assume that things will be dealt with. You deal with it quickly, or you deal with it at that time so it doesn't turn into a big problem. And it's a good finish by Diaby, but terrible defending. Let's head on to the next goal. Somewhere here, right? Oh, sorry, Bergwijn. Yeah. All right. So everything here, once again, is okay. They have enough men to deal with whatever is coming towards them, but they just don't organize themselves well. Because at this point, you're looking at individual brilliance. Him, I really don't know because he's left his man. Okay, yeah, the ball has to arrive, but still, if you're going to stand here, you might as well make an effort to go to the ball because what you're doing is conceding this space. It's one thing, yes, you could have, been with him and whatnot, but if you're going to at least put your focus here, you at least have to go and get the ball. That's the least you can do. If you're going to concede all this space, you might as well at least try and get the ball. That's the least you can do. And then what he does is that he stands and then he makes that pass easier for Bergwijn. Very much easier. And this is the funniest thing that happens. Oh, sorry, for Diaby. He plays it across, and then here. There's no reason for that. You're better off conceding a throw-in or corner kick, but you know what he does? He flicks it back into the danger zone. That's what he does. Look at this. He flicks it back into the danger zone, and yeah, Bergwijn takes that invitation. Let's push it forward a bit. I mean, because it's the funniest thing ever. This player here, I think okay, I'm one of those. If you do either one, it's okay. If you want to go and pressure the ball, I'm okay. If he decides to stick with that player and cut off that pass, it's okay. But what I don't feel nice is when you put yourself in the middle. You're not close enough to go with the ball. You're not close enough to defend, and then what you have done, you've put yourself in no man's land, which is very terrible. Makes it easier for the pass to be played, and now this flick here. There was no reason at all for him to do that. There is no reason at all. He could have taken it out for a throw-in, a corner kick. You know what? He could have stopped and then just kicked it. He had enough time to trap and, decide where to take it away. But he flicks it back into the danger zone. And yeah, we'll also give a few marks. We'll give him a mark because Yes, the goal gets scored, but that intention to at least get something so the ball doesn't go in so easily, we'll give him a mark. You can see that he really didn't want. He did his best. He did all he could do as a defender at that point. All right, let's head on to the next goal of the match. Sorry, not goal, but next incidents of the match, which is a red card. This was a second yellow. Fabinho has the ball. He is trying to play with it. He's coming. This guy is coming in very, very, very hot. Very hot. And then if you would see what happens, he just barges into him. And it's one of those, at the point where he hits him, leg, knee area. So, really terrible challenge. And then he pretends to be injured. He got a second yellow, and that's definitely deserved. Very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. Anyway, let's head on to the next card of the game because there was a good amount of funny challenges here. All right, so already this is funny because it's almost like he's a part of the defense with how free he is. And he is worried about the wrong thing. Your concern should be towards him, not what's behind you. At least be man to man with him. Be man to man with him. Just be close with him. You should not worry about this. Is not your concern. This is your concern. This is what you should be worried about. Instead, he's looking back at that point. Just focus on getting as close as you can to him. But he doesn't. What happens? Boom. That's a really lovely ball. And then this. Keeper. Boom. Red card. Denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity. But there was intention to play the ball. But that's a direct red card. That's a direct red card. There's no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that. Direct red card. Because, yeah, that's the most obvious red card. All right, so here, he gets the ball, right? And then he can definitely engage. He can, because Fabinho is behind him, and the only thing that he can do is foul. I'm not sure if he was on a yellow or not, but because he's not getting here, he's not. You're better off trying to do something, either block off the lane or just foul him. But if you foul him, make sure that it's before it leaves his foot, not when he passes the ball, then you decide to foul him. And then it's one of those, what we call in, what we say when we play draft, aka checkers here in Zambia, catch plus move, sorry, suspend plus move. See that? And then he even takes he was the best person to deal with that because Fabinho was behind him. And then he even takes longer, so he was the best person to deal with that. They could have easily taken the ball off him or forced him to take a rushed pass. Sorry, let me just move back a few. And then now this is the funniest part. He sees him. He sees him. He definitely sees him. Yeah, this is a look. He can number 24 can see him. Oh, I'm sorry. He can definitely see this happening. He definitely has an idea that there's someone behind him, and he can definitely engage. He can see this. He definitely, this one was the best person to engage, as I've said. He was the best person to engage because look what happens. He's in the best position because he could have set himself up so that he goes to immediately attack the ball. Number 24 let this player walk past him, assuming that nothing bad would happen. Number 6 definitely knew he was there. And then look at that, he even takes an extra touch. And then number 6 is actually running away from the person. He's running away. I don't know if he's assuming the pass will come like this. I don't know. Maybe I think that's what he's assuming. At this point, just get close to your man so that you can at least disturb him. But he runs further away. And then it makes it easier for the pass to be played. And we all know this is definitely a red card. Boom. Definitely a red card. No doubt about it. Now this one is funny because I actually don't think it's a foul. All right, so he's going to head the ball, right? And then the keeper is there. Okay, yeah, it is a foul. So I actually thought the keeper got something on it, but he didn't. So usually the keepers do get the benefit of the doubt. If they punch the ball and they end up punching the player, it's usually not a foul. But he definitely gets first contact with his head. As you can see here, he gets first contact, boom, and the keeper punches him. So yeah, that's definitely a penalty. Yeah, I didn't see that properly. I didn't see that properly at first. Because if you see this again, boom, first contact, and then look at what he ends up doing. Penalty, and this was very cheeky. Look at that. Boop. Lovely. And at this point, 10 men versus 10 men, it was 3-2. They actually had a chance up until someone decided to do something very funny. Or how can I? Someone decided to help out Ittihad. Someone. All right, so Diaby has the ball. He plays it. Not much of a problem because, as you can see, there's someone in front of him. There's someone to cover him. And if this ball is a little too heavy, the keeper can deal with it. Now look. Now guess what happens. I just want you to guess. Guess what happens. Ball is played right, and then look at what he does. This is the keeper's ball all day. This is the keeper's ball all day. I don't know why he decides. I don't know why he's. I don't know why there's so much extravagant defending. At that point, leave it to your keeper. You can shoot off whoever's behind you. And it's also a lack of awareness of where the attacker is because there's no reason for this. And then, boom, the attacker gets on it. And, okay, yeah, this part here we've seen, he could be quicker. He can definitely be quicker. He can definitely be quicker. Because look. You see those steps? If he was serious and just decided to, he would have reached. He would have definitely reached. Yeah, he takes his time and then they take advantage of the chance. They really do. And he goes to celebrate with the crowd. They are happy. They are very, very extremely happy. Al Ittihad has a very good atmosphere when they're playing at home. So, and I also think that maybe the keeper could have done better because look at where the ball passes. Let's just move back a bit. Yeah, it's painful because it does go through his legs and he gets something on it. Maybe on a different day that doesn't go in and they score a last minute equalizer, but that's not that day. Boom! You see how close he was, and then you see how long it took for him to reach there. Because trust me, if he could have reached there immediately. And yeah, that's been my match analysis. Al Ittihad have started the season very strong, and it will be interesting to see how they finish it or how they continue and if they'll be able to maintain their form. Otherwise, that's been my match analysis. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.